what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Ass Hat Podcast on YouTube. Got a Blu-ray and a black case. This is Severin. Puts their stuff in black cases, so I don't remember. It's the only thing I've gotten from Severin on Blu-ray. This is Night Killer, and just look at that cover. Look at that shit, man. Isn't that fucking amazing? Isn't that amazing? Alright, what this is Claudio Fragrazzo, or Fragrazzi. Can't remember how to say it exactly. It's the guy that did Troll 2. He was put in charge of making this kind of like drama thriller about this woman being stalked by a guy in a mask with like clawed hands. And it was Tara Buckman from Silent Night, Deadly Night, the original one. She's the lead guy that becomes the killer Santa, his mom at the very beginning when he gets raped. That's her. And this was filmed in Virginia. Almost all Italian, like everybody behind the scenes was Italian, my understanding. Everything else was, they had used the actors and actresses from the U.S. Well, but when it got finished, whoever financed the film, like, oh, this ain't gonna work. We need more gore. So they brought in Bruno Mattei and told Bruno, hey, Bruno, add a bunch of gore to this shit. Okay, and he does it. And it's obvious, but dude, okay, this guy right here, that looks way more impressive than the mask in the movie. And that's the thing. At first you think, man, that's a really bad special effect. That looks like a dude wearing a mask. Because you think it's a supernatural killer, because this guy has this big old fist, like hand bigger than mine, with these long ass nails on it, like mine. And he's like, he'll grab the person by the throat and go, and like shove it in the claws, go completely through the guts, and pop it back, and they go, wiggle, 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 wiggle. He wiggles them, and like the guts fall off. That's just the when he gut punches them. Like gut gore, so I don't know what the fuck to call it, is the scenes that you can tell Bruno Mattei added it. Well, about halfway through the film, because you don't know who's doing, I think it's some supernatural thing doing this, because it feels like him. No human's got the strength to punch through somebody's guts, like that shit. Well, halfway through it, like he takes off the mask, and the guys are like, "Oh, that's why it looks shitty, because it's supposed to be a mask." You're like, "Oh, well, fuck." There's just all kinds of crazy scenes in this movie. This is one of those where I heard about it back in the day, like early, probably 99, 2000, when more and more people were starting to get online. I had, there was a news group, I'll tell you how long this was. There's a news group I belonged to that was horror movie based. And the big thing back then was going around and finding these oddball movies like this that had not gotten anything but like maybe one shitty ass VHS release in the States, and ripping that and throwing it up like as throwing it up for viewing or download. A lot of times it's viewing like QuickTime and what was it? What was the other one? It was QuickTime. What was the other one? Real Player. Well, it's hard. Somebody found Night Killer, found the VHS and ripped this shit, like made a file out of it and was passing it around. And you like have to, you connect to them and spend, like, they put it up on an FTP site. You spend like, because 2000 did not have high-speed internet where I lived. You could not get it. It was another like year and a half before it got there. But fucking, you connect to this FTP site and spend like all night. Like you'd start that shit up. 10 o'clock when you're getting ready to go to bed, you get the next morning about 6, 7, it's just finishing. Well, found out later on, did a little more research. This is considered Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 in some parts of Europe, like Italy and shit, because it shares the title that Texas Chainsaw Massacre has in that country. This came out in like 90, if I'm remembering right, and the actual Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 came out the same year later on in the year. So let's check this out. Well, we got extras on here. The movie, it's worth seeing. If this sounds interesting, go to Wikipedia, type in Night Killer. They will, somewhere up the top, they will list the Italian title of this. Grab that, go to YouTube, punch it in. And the first or second result will be this complete movie uncut. It looks like probably a DVD release. Rip. In English, full movie. That's where I first saw it. After seeing that VHS rip, and this looks way better than a VHS rip. Because I'd forgotten about this movie. It wasn't until like AVGN covered and a couple other people I watch on YouTube covered it. I'm like, I gotta see it. And that's why I ended up buying it. Because this had not been out that long, about a year or so from Severin. Excuse me. Claudio Fragasso delivers the goods. Spectacularly scuzzy and derelict on every level. Mastered from the original negative for the first time ever on Blu-ray. Somewhere between Zombie 4 and Troll 2, writer-director Claudio Fragasso, here under the name Clyde Anderson, set out to direct a suspense thriller about a suicidal beauty, an unstable sleazebag, and a mass killer with a razor-fingered glove. But when the producers reviewed Fragasso's cut, they hired his former partner Bruno Mattei, the other hell in RoboWar. RoboWar is known in the States, but the other hell really isn't. Okay. To shoot additional scenes of graphic gore and release it in Italy as Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. The result is a part sicko giallo, part depraved slasher, 100% batshit insanity that Eurofever calls disturbing, nasty, and more inspired than most Italian horror of the early 90s. Peter Hoonan from Glorious Bastards and Tara Buttman, Silent Night, Deadly Night, starring this glorious slice of Italio sleaze, co-written by Rossella Drudi, and scanned in 4K from the original negative. Special features the Virginia Claw Massacre, interview with the director, mindfucking interview with the screenwriter, and a trailer. Yeah, got some scenes, man. There's the disc, yeah. Really, it looks good. It looks way better than what I saw on YouTube. Looks better than that rip I had off the VHS. To me, it's worth having. Y'all know I'm a huge Chainsaw fan, so it's kind of got a connection to Chainsaw, even though it feels more like, with the claw, it feels like a Nightmare on Elm Street Rip-Off. It really does. But yeah, it just, I'm getting to where, I've got pretty much all the 80s and 90s horror I want that I know of, so I'm looking for more obscure shit like this. Or like one I'm getting into now, I'm almost through watching, thank you, Shudder, is Don't Panic. The made in Mexico, but they filmed it in English and Spanish, like possession film, but it feels more like a Freddy movie. I'm getting into this shit. So I'm out, everybody. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Remember, if you did, give me that thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, all the other bullshit. Talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.